Today I'll be talking about episodes 34 through 36 of The Double. After getting the bombshell about Duke Su passing on the army, Ali goes to confront him directly.
你是不是为了我，把龙武军给了长公主？
He doesn't deny it, saying it got her out of her predicament and that's all that matters. She now no longer has to marry Shun. She's understandably freaking out, immediately trying to think through their options and how they can get the fish back. He watches her for a bit and then finally can't keep the secret any longer. He tells her it's fine, this was part of his plan with the Emperor. He explains that the Emperor has always been wary of his older brother's growing power in the north. Chung has been steadily amassing troops and standing over the years, with Wan Ning and Chancellor Li raising money and support for him in the capital. But publicly, his brother remained a dedicated servant to the crown. Even knowing what he was up to, the Emperor had no way to attack. Until Ali appeared. While she has been working for her own ends, all of her little plans and schemes aligned perfectly with the crown's goals. Protecting the Ye family from the Li family, finding the gold mine, driving Wan Ning insane, it's all been a godsend for them. So of course they weren't going to sit by and watch her forced into a marriage with Shun. And even this most recent skirmish, once again, fit in perfectly with their plans. Having cut off Chung's gold supply, they are now ready to face Chung and want to entice him to attack soon. Duke Su pretending he was only doing this out of love for Ali was the perfect way to convince them that he really had betrayed the Emperor. They now fully believe they have the upper hand and should be gearing up to strike. All it took was a little acting.
小侯，你不要太过分了，这劝你收回自己的心意。臣告退。摔的东西从你风炉里扣。
Oh, cute. Now for the last part of their plan. Duke Su needs to head to Zhao to make sure they will send reinforcements on time. If there are still any doubts about your alliance, then this seems like something you should have taken care of before starting this war, but sure, okay. There are now no longer any secrets between these two. They share their love and share a kiss. The relationship dynamic between Shun and Wan Ning has completely changed. Shun seems to think he no longer has anything to lose, and now that his plan of marrying Ali has failed, he's no longer trying to butter Wan Ning up.
你是不是一直在骗我？
臣从来没有想过要欺骗殿下，只是臣现在也不知道，臣张口说出来的话，究竟哪一句是真的，哪一句是假的。
Ooh, I kinda love that line. He dismisses himself, and when Wan Ning threatens to have his whole family killed, he says she should do as she pleases. For as threatening as Wan Ning was in the first half of this drama, he now sees her as nothing but a paper tiger. Wan Ning falls ill soon after and a doctor is called in to see her. I'll give you one guess. You're right, she's pregnant. Now, apparently Wan Ning has had multiple miscarriages in the past and wasn't supposed to be able to get pregnant again. It's been less than a month and she seems to be considering not having the baby, but the doctor warns her that if she aborts this one, it's unlikely she'll ever get pregnant again.
带张太医下去，请他喝口茶再走。
Damn girl, who's gonna want to be your doctor if they get treated like this? Now remember, the princess is still technically single, hence her hesitation. She needs to act quickly one way or the other if she's going to take care of this. We cut to Duke Su and Ali who have just heard the news. Ali stretches out her wrist for him to feel her pulse.
谁的？
Ali reveals that Zhou Yue gave her a medicine she concocted that can give you a fake pregnancy pulse. Oh boy. So yeah, that favor she asked of Consort Li was to have her drug Wan Ning's tea during the party. So though she thinks she is, Wan Ning is not pregnant. Ali is at the final stretch of her plans and he wishes her all the success in the world. Now to hold up his end, he sets off for Zhao. He goes to see the Emperor and bid him farewell, and nah, they're not gonna kill him. I mean, this is a lot of flashbacks, but no way. Also, did you say you have been friends for 8 years? So you're like 18? I thought they were both mid-20s at least. Damn, maybe I just suck at discerning ages. As Wan Ning grapples with her pregnancy, we finally get to see what life was like for her after she was married off.
跳啊！
跳啊！
跳不跳？跳不跳？
So this was her husband, the ruler of a place called Dai. She was married to him as his lowest level consort, treated to all the horrors you can imagine. She was abused, forced to sleep outside with the animals, and was impregnated several times by him against her will, each time choosing to end it herself. This time, she decides not to go through that again. Shun is called in to see her. She says she was already going to make him her prince consort one of these days. Now they're just a bit ahead of schedule. All he has to do is stay quietly by her side while she takes care of everything. Duke Su makes it safely to Zhao and is reunited with Zhou Yue and her brother. He tells the king that they need him to make good on their alliance. The king informs him that Chulan already came to see him, trying to convince him to join hands with Cheng and defeat Yan in a pincer attack. Cheng holds territory to the north while Zhao is south of Yan. Despite the pinky promise at the banquet, it looks like he is considering it. He has no real guarantee that after the war, either side won't just continue on to try and swallow up his small nation. He needs some kind of insurance, and historically, what is always served as a good way to ensure that trust? Becoming family. Rumors begin to spread that the unmarried Princess Wanning is pregnant. The emperor sends Consort Li with a physician. Wouldn't want those unfounded rumors affecting her reputation after all. Consort Li is only too happy to take up the task, going to see Wanning and assure her that they will clear her name in no time if she will only offer up her wrist. Wanning is affronted. How can she be treated like this over a few rumors? She tells everyone to leave them alone.
你要站在薛芳菲那边吗？我哪边也不想站。
Consort Li tells her she isn't taking any sides, but she certainly isn't going to let herself be used like a puppet. Airily, she says she needs to get back to the emperor and let him know that she refused to consent to the checkup.
你也想想，如何向圣上解释你这腹中孩子的缘由？
Wanning desperately tries to drag Shun in to see the emperor. It's now or never for him to become her husband. Shun is being more level-headed though, asking if she doesn't think it's strange that these rumors were spread so quickly and thoroughly. If they now go and ask to be married, they're pretty much admitting to fornication. It gives whoever spread these rumors the perfect opportunity to accuse them of having been in cahoots to murder Xue Li. Everyone would believe that they wanted to be together, so they joined hands to kill his wife. It makes things messy, and that is the last thing they need now, so close to her brother staging his attack. He suggests that they take care of the pregnancy since they can have more children in the future.
沈玉荣，你知道这个孩子对我来说有多么的来之不易吗？
He tells her that if she insists on this path, the only way to avoid the trap laid out for them is for her to admit to a different father. And the only pawn they have that is of reasonable age and status is Big Brother Li. He promises that whatever needs to be done now, they can undo as soon as her brother takes over. He will be the law then, and after her contributions, he will certainly have no objections to her divorcing or marrying whomever she'd like. She accuses him of just trying to get out of marrying her, but he says it's not like he can force her. In the end, the choice is hers. He'll go along with whatever she decides.
父亲，你是说要让我去做长公主的驸马？
Hey, quick question. Y'all have a house, right? Why are you always meeting in this crevice? Big Brother Li is floored. Wanning owns them, but he can't believe his father would go this far. If he marries her, that means that now his oldest son, the leader of the family's next generation, is going to be a bastard. Chancellor Li makes it clear that this isn't a request. It's not as if they can reject Princess Wanning. His sacrifice will be worth it. When Cheng takes over, their family will be the most powerful in the land. Ah, the politics in this are so much fun. Ali gets the news and applauds her husband's quick thinking.
好你个沈玉荣！
Time is of the essence and a sloppy shotgun wedding is thrown together. People are smart enough to guess that this was just a cover-up. After all, if the two of them liked each other and wanted to marry, there would have been no reason to wait this long and do it under the cloud of these baby rumors. But whatever, she officially becomes his wife, and the baby officially gets a father. Their first night, Wanning seems to be in a surprisingly playful mood. Yeah, not really. She wants to make it very clear from the start that, married or not, they are not equals in any sense of the word. She doesn't allow him to sit for the traditional wine drink and then makes a point of humiliating him in front of the servants.
放肆！敢摔本公主的酒！
Welcome to the Shun Yu Rong life, buddy. Duke Su goes to see Zhou Yue. He tells her he has no intention of marrying her, but he does need her brother's troops. He tells her to solve the issue by rejecting the marriage herself. If she doesn't, he'll just go home and wait to be killed by Cheng's invasion. Yeesh. I get it, but a bit of tact here would not go amiss. Life at the Li Manor gets worse by the day. The tyrant princess terrorizes the staff, her new parents-in-law, and most of all, her husband. Unlike Shun though, Big Brother Li did not grow up at the bottom of the ladder. He has a finely honed sense of self-worth, and every moment spent groveling to this woman is cutting him to his core. He is very clearly only going to be able to take so much of this. Shun seems keenly aware of this. When she comes to see him and complain about married life, he warns her that a man with a temperament like his, in other words, a little bitch, is hard to come by. She needs to keep her attitude in check until Cheng takes over and they can be married. She settles into his arms, asking what he thinks they should name their child, and they settle on Shen Ningxue.
只要你乖乖听话，我们的小雪儿一定能够健康成长。
I'm am still so enamored with Shun's plot. Like, why am I low-key enjoying his journey more than Xue Li's? Love the plotting, love the manipulation, and even though I was a bit disappointed seeing Wan Ning become so pliant to his whims, it's super entertaining watching him play her. I mean, now that she's pregnant and so desperately wants this, he really does have all the power. He can think things through with the cold detachedness of someone who really doesn't care how this ends up, while she is still lost in delusions of their child and future married life. Of course, we knew some shit went down for Wan Ning to be as messed up as she is, and those flashbacks 100% delivered. That scene of her going into the cold water might be my favorite of the drama. It was stylized, of course, but I thought the message, that desperately sad and lonely feeling, that got across loud and clear. Another pretty layered set of scenes. Though her behavior during the wedding was meant to humiliate Lee, you can't help but get the feeling that she's almost deluding herself, like if she doesn't do everything according to the rules, she can pretend she isn't really getting married. Wan Ning's actress is really killing it in scenes where she gets to be more serious and isn't spinning in circles. One thing I still don't think I get though is why she holds such animosity for her brother. Surely he was a kid when all this happened. Was he supposed to save her or something? We're still not clear on the timeline, but I suppose if he came into power while she was still living in that hellhole and he didn't order her retrieved, she might hate him no matter how old he was at the time. But anyway, you know who's really killing it with the acting? Big Brother Lee! I wasn't even paying him much attention, but he came out of nowhere and I think just stole Best Actor for the drama. He's amazing! Not just the rage, but the humiliation, the despair. He is boiling inside and delivering it all perfectly. Such an interesting contrast to the way Shun played it because of course they grew up so differently. I really appreciate how much care is being paid to that dichotomy. Moving on, I really thought this Zhao Alliance marriage was going to be a bigger plot point. Like, I was expecting he would have to agree to marry Zhou Yue, Ali would get her feelings hurt, big ol' misunderstanding, but no. He was just like, hey, tell your brother to stop or I'm just gonna die. Thinking it over, I am actually glad he was so straight with Zhou Yue so she wouldn't harbor any hope. I mean, based on this drama's casting, Zhou Yue could be anywhere from 12.5 to 47, I'm not sure. But for sure, she's a bit naive and kind of needed to have it laid out for her. And we got to avoid all the usual shenanigans, so worth it. One little scene I liked from today was Xue Li's brother asking after Chongzhi. She lied to him and told him she got married after he left and was living happily. It was a really bittersweet scene. I get the decision, of course, but it might have been nice to let him know that the girl he loved went to her grave loving him as well. As a final palate cleanser, this scene between Xue Li's brother and Duke Su.
谢谢姐夫。
Till next time, thanks for watching.